Ever notice how that post-vacation glow fades faster than your will to live on Monday mornings? Most wellness tourists watch their mental health benefits vanish quicker than their retirement savings in this economy. Here's the brutal truth. The wellness tourism industry is exploding to $2.1 trillion by 2030, getting fat on the desperate dreams of stressed out people. Meanwhile, most of us are doing it all wrong. It's like paying for an organ transplant but getting a Band-Aid instead. Ask yourself, are you dropping thousands on luxury retreats when a regular walk in your local park might work just as well? Or are you just funding some CEO's fifth vacation home? Stick with me and I'll show you how to game the system with science-backed strategies that actually work. Because let's face it, therapy is expensive and your Instagram followers are tired of your inspirational sunset photos anyway. The science of wellness tourism. Wellness tourism isn't just about fancy hotel rooms where they charge you $15 for a bottle of water with a leaf in it. It's travel specifically designed to boost your physical, mental, and spiritual health before you return to your soul-crushing daily existence. Get this. While regular tourists are busy taking selfies with landmarks they'll forget in a week, wellness tourists actively seek experiences that might actually prevent them from needing medication later. It's like choosing between a temporary tattoo and one that lasts, except this tattoo affects your brain chemistry. Check out these numbers. Studies show immersive nature experiences improve psychological well-being by 55%, social functioning by 61%, and reduce stress responses by 58%. That's more effective than the coping mechanisms most of us use, like pretending everything's fine while stress eating an entire pizza. Now here's the fun part. Forest bathing, which is just fancy talk for hanging out with trees, lowers your stress markers while boosting your immune system. How? Trees release compounds called phytoncides that amp up your natural killer cells. Yeah, you literally have assassins inside your body, and trees help them work better. Tell that to your plant-hating friends. But wait, not all wellness experiences deliver the same results. It's like dating apps. They all promise connection, but most leave you emptier than before with a weird story to tell your friends. The mind-body connection. The psychological perks of wellness tourism work better than your attempts to convince yourself that everything happens for a reason. Let's get real. Your body is basically keeping a ledger of all the times you've chosen stress over sleep, caffeine over water, and scrolling over meditation. Activities like yoga and meditation flip the switch from your fight-or-flight mode, that I might actually murder my boss feeling, to your rest and digest system. Here's the wild part. Just 20 to 30 minutes in nature 3 times a week significantly lowers stress levels. That's less time than you spend watching people you hate on social media each day. And yet most of us would rather doom scroll through political arguments than take a walk in the park? We're basically choosing to keep our stress like it's a pet we've become attached to. The wellness tourism industry knows you're a mess. They've created environments specifically designed to reset your fried nervous system. Imagine waking up without feeling like you need to immediately check if the world ended overnight. That's what they're selling. The ability to remember what being human felt like before smartphones turned us all into anxious zombies. Maximizing long-term benefits. Want to know why that life-changing yoga retreat changed nothing about your life? You stayed in your cultural bubble like it was a hazmat suit. Research shows travelers who actually engage with local traditions and healing practices get much deeper benefits than tourists who treat other cultures like a human zoo. It's the difference between downloading a meditation app you'll never open and actually learning from someone whose culture has been practicing mindfulness since before your country existed. Think about it like this: watching Eat, Pray, Love versus actually eating, praying, and loving in a new culture. Both will change you, but one just makes you annoying at dinner parties while the other might actually improve your life. Authentic interactions with locals can completely rewire your perspective. Imagine going your whole life thinking therapy meant paying someone to nod while you talk, then discovering there are hundreds of different approaches to mental health across cultures. That's what cultural immersion does to your perspective on handling everyday stress. Suddenly, your problems look different when viewed through a new cultural lens. And let's be honest, those ancient healing traditions have survived thousands of years while modern wellness trends change faster than smartphone models. Maybe there's something to practices that outlasted entire empires, unlike that celery juice cleanse you abandoned after 3 days. Finding balance. Ever notice how some people come back from digital detox retreats only to immediately post 47 photos with captions about being present? That's not just ironic, it's a recipe for failure. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Your phone is probably closer to you right now than any human being. We're all in toxic relationships with our devices, but quitting cold turkey during a retreat only sets you up for a spectacular relapse the minute you return to real life. The trick is finding the sweet spot with technology. Think of it like dating. Complete avoidance leaves you lonely, and obsessive attachment makes you creepy. Instead, studies suggest a more balanced approach. Disconnect meaningfully during your trip, ease back in thoughtfully, and use helpful digital tools to maintain your new habits. Smart wellness providers know our addictions better than we do. Many now offer semi-connected retreats where you have designated times for technology use rather than pretending you can suddenly live like it's 1850. It's like a nicotine patch for your Instagram addiction. A slow weaning rather than going cold turkey and ending up face down in a pile of notifications 3 days later. Implementation strategies. You wouldn't wear someone else's underwear, so why follow someone else's wellness plan? Here's where the wellness industry often screws up. They package one-size-fits-all solutions faster than fast food chains introduce new chicken sandwiches. But research shows the most successful wellness trips balance proven practices with experiences that actually match your personality. Think about it. A silent meditation retreat might transform your Zen friend's life, but would be your personal version of hell. Maybe what you actually need is aggressive hiking or swimming in freezing water to reset your system. Your trauma isn't my trauma, and your medicine isn't my medicine. This personalized approach prevents what I call the spa effect, where you feel amazing during a massage but revert to your usual stressed out self the second your coworker sends a passive-aggressive email. Sound familiar? That's because generic wellness approaches work about as well as those inspirational posters in your office break room. The best wellness providers get this. They don't just sell you a generic kale smoothie of wellness. They figure out what specific nutrients your psychological diet is missing. Here's where most people spectacularly faceplant. They treat wellness travel like a Vegas bender. What happens in Bali stays in Bali. Then they wonder why they're miserable again by Wednesday. Let me share a dark truth. Without a transition plan, your wellness gains will evaporate faster than your motivation to use that home exercise equipment, now serving as an expensive clothes hanger. Studies show travelers who implement specific transition strategies maintain way more benefits than those who don't. It's like learning to play guitar. One lesson won't make you Jimi Hendrix. You need consistent practice and probably less hallucinogens. Try this three-part approach. Create environmental triggers at home, like that overpriced crystal you bought that can remind you to breathe. Schedule specific practice times right after you return. The first 72 hours are critical. And find a community that supports your new habits, because willpower alone is like trying to bail out the Titanic with a shot glass. Scheduling matters immensely. Put those meditation sessions directly into your calendar before you even return home, or they'll disappear faster than your New Year's resolutions. And never underestimate the power of community. Whether it's an in-person wellness group or just a friend who agrees not to tempt you back into your old habits, social support dramatically increases your chances of maintaining new behaviors. Without it, you're basically that person who says they'll keep in touch after graduation. Full of good intentions, but ultimately full of crap. Conclusion. Science shows wellness travel can seriously boost your happiness, but only if you're strategic about it. Otherwise, you're just buying a temporary vacation from your problems that cost more than your monthly rent. The research is clear. Wellness tourism can improve your physical, mental, and emotional health. But that potential is only fully realized when you approach it like you would a prison break, with clear planning, focused execution, and a solid strategy for life on the outside. Here's my challenge to you. Apply these evidence-based strategies to your next wellness trip. It won't just be a fleeting high, it could actually reset your happiness baseline for the long haul. After all, wouldn't you rather have a happiness upgrade that lasts longer than those overpriced airport food court memories? The $2.1 trillion wellness tourism industry is booming for a reason. We're all desperately searching for relief in a world designed to keep us anxious and buying things. Now you know how to make it actually work instead of just subsidizing another wellness influencer's authentic lifestyle.